Boom shakalaka. Everyone is staring at Bitcoin's price, but almost no one is looking at this. When you price Bitcoin against gold, a signal just printed that has only shown up at major cycle bottoms. Tourists are panicking, indicators are flashing, and historically, this is where patience gets rewarded. Zoom out because this might be one of the most understood moments in Bitcoin's history. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, tourists are panicking, leaving Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in droves, and yet we have signals flashing that have basically printed money for anyone who respected these signals. We'll be getting into in this episode. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter at Crypto Love, and of course subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel. Now, today, it is no surprise. The four-year cycle proponents getting louder and louder. If we take a look, 2026, based on the four-year cycle history, would be a sideways to down year. Not very exciting. And with price fluctuating as it does, we see a lot of things where historically when the SOTT turned purple, as it did last November, Bitcoin has transitioned to a bearish phase. Could we be in for a 50% price cut? Certainly could. We have a development of a bear flag. Go back to the last time this happened. Look at this, 50% price cut for Bitcoin. Only quantitative easing could save us. Could we have that happening? Well, I know that a lot of countries are printing money right now. So maybe it's only a matter of time until that cycles back into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But in the short term, there is the possibility that with this bear flag, we might have the lower boundary of this multi-year rising wedge acting as a reasonable downside target. Right now, that's about $50,000 to $60,000, close to that 50% price cut territory. And with this, with the bearish news, guess what? Bitcoin tourists are cutting their losses. We can see the Bitcoin realized net profit in green here, dropping dramatically. The last time this went to zero, look at this. Price went from $30,000 down to $15,000. So buckle up. We might be in for some turbulence. But that's the downside of the equation, because there's also the upside of the equation. Right now, in bear market seasonality, putting 2025, 2026 with the average, well, we've already seen the worst of it based on the average. If we were to have worse, yes, we could see about half of where price is right now. Again, that $45,000 territory. But right now, in the short term, we could see up to about 1.5 times the price now. So we could see maybe somewhere around 135 on the high end of that average. And take a look. This average does continue to increase from here. But the big thing now is gold. Gold is on an absolute tear. And we know from history that Bitcoin only ever takes off after gold. But when you stop measuring Bitcoin in fiat and price it in gold, the picture clarifies instantly. This is Bitcoin and gold comparative. Every 4 years, Bitcoin revisits the 200 WMA against gold, which is this orange line right here. This happened back in 2018, 2019. It happened in 2023. And look at this, it's happening once again. Now, traders wait on the sidelines, waiting for confirmation. But for me, a long-term accumulator with a goal of more Bitcoin, it looks cheap, really cheap. Like the previous times before, this doesn't mean it can't get cheaper or stay cheap longer. But it always presents a great opportunity to add. Bitcoin is very cheap in gold comparative. And some people might choose to take all of their Bitcoin crypto holdings and throw them directly into precious metals. Now, we saw silver take off, we saw gold take off. But this is just trading one overheated asset for another. Monthly RSI for gold is nearly maxed out. You can see this down here on the bottom. It pretty much doesn't ever get any higher. Where we are right now, it's only gotten higher once before, and that was way back in the 1960s. This is the highest monthly RSI value since 1973. This isn't a precious metals top call. Bearish divergences can be made, and with them higher highs for precious metals. But to me, this is no different than buying altcoins mid-sprint in 2021. Pure FOMO. The right answer is to be patient for an opportunity. So with that being said, the Bitcoin and gold rotation, you can see these yellow ones, Bitcoin goes to gold, and these green ones, gold goes to Bitcoin. But the rotation cycle, in the end, it doesn't matter from a zoom out perspective. Bitcoin has entered the rotation bottom, which happens down here at the end of the Bitcoin gold cycle. no doubt that Bitcoin will hit $200,000 in 2026 and early 2027. So it's only a matter of time until things turn around, until people start exchanging their gold for Bitcoin. So where does that leave us? Well, Bitcoin price right now, very closely approaching the production cost. You can see production costs here in green. You can see Bitcoin price in white. And take a look what happens when Bitcoin hits production costs. Price takes off not long afterwards. It doesn't go below production costs for very long at all. Most of the time it hits production costs and then takes off once again. So could this be a local bottoming? Is this the only chart showing this? Absolutely not. There's a lot of other charts suggesting bottoms right here. This signal doesn't miss Bitcoin bottoms. It just printed for the 5th time. It would be awesome to know what this signal is. I suspect maybe like an inverse RSI or something like that. But you can see this bottom signaling where it is, flagging. It hasn't reversed yet, so it's not completely there yet. But this has called major bottoms for Bitcoin. Could be once again a major bottom for Bitcoin. Let's hope where price is, because if we take a look at the Bitcoin RSI right now, it took 12 months to hit the bottom after breaking through this RSI trend line right there. But that made the start of a bull run in the previous cycle. You can see that right back here. Well, guess what? We broke through that RSI. It's been 12 bars, 12 months. So could we be on the verge of a start of another bull run? Me personally, I think that gold has to cool down first. But yes, we could be on the verge of something big, because Bitcoin's weekly RSI just hit one of the lowest levels ever in history. The last time this happened, and I just want to point out a few times that this has previously happened here in 2018 and 2020 and 2022. The previous times this happened, Bitcoin went up 500% when this happened. This happened at the 2018 bear market bottom. This happened at the COVID bottom. This happened at the $18,000 wick in the 2022 bottom. And it's happening right again now at $82,000 in 2025. Tighten your seatbelts. The last time this happened, Bitcoin price went up over 500%. Where would that put it? $400,000? Oh my goodness, that would be freaking awesome, because check this out. One more chart just to say, hey, the bottom could be in. We could be in for some very big moves. Bitcoin just had a bullish cross on this indicator. The last 3 times this happened, Bitcoin exploded. This is stock RSI, US 10-year, Chinese 10-year. Bullish cross on that one right there. Take a look. Back in 2012, we had Bitcoin price going from $15 to $1,000. Back in 2016, we had Bitcoin price going from $400 to $20,000. Back in 2020, we had Bitcoin going from $9,000 to $69,000. Well, we just had that cross once again. Could we see those massive Bitcoin gains once again? Well, you got to make up that mind for yourself. That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, check out our shorts. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
Boom. Shakalaka.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.